Okay, so we will begin today by tuning in to our bodies. So just feeling your feet firmly on the earth, feeling the sensation of the pads of your feet on the earth, and just kneading the earth like a cat, like you're just moving, lifting the toes, just waking the feet up. I'm going to be doing a lot of work today with the kidneys. So first, we just want to get ourselves grounded. And then when you feel like, okay, my feet are woken up, and maybe even just lift the heels a little bit, stretching out the soles of the feet. So the kidneys rule also, as well as the whole water system of the body. They also rule the joints and the hair. So strengthening of our internal system. So I really want to connect deeply to the earth energy. So when you feel like your feet are nice and awake, then we will place the feet in its proper position, just slightly wider than the hips. And we're going to roll out to the outside of the feet, pressing at the base of the big toe, and then feeling the very center point of the heels driving down into the earth. Close the eyes just for a moment and imagine roots shooting down out of your feet deep into the earth and then spreading sideways, connecting you here now in this body on planet Earth. And once you feel that deep connection, allow yourself to just bounce a little bit, just loosen up all the joints of your body. Just feel that ripple of earth energy coming through, just a nice gentle little wave here. And then settling back down and stretching through the crown of the head, keeping the knees loose though. We're just going to begin turning from side to side, opening up and loosening the spine. Continue to reach through the crown of the head and lift the heart up. So you're feeling yourself very tall and proud in your body and beginning to just loosen that spine. Breathing in through the nose and take some breaths out through the mouth. Just some sighing breaths. Feel how instantly your shoulders begin to slide down the back and they just relax. And just feel the burdens of life that are on the shoulders. They're just sliding down now. There's like 2 caps of snow on the shoulders and just sliding down. They're melting and then sliding off the fingers, and they're just being flung off the tips of the fingers. Continuing to breathe. And then I invite you to close your eyes and tune into your body, how it's doing today, starting with the soles of the feet, and then just moving up with that inner awareness. Check in with the joints of the ankles, the knees, the hips, and just keep moving up like this, going through the organs. How is your digestion doing today? We're beginning to wring that out. So we're clearing out as we're coming into the cleansing season. So it's a nice time to have your digestion being wakened up and clearing out all of the debris of winter time as you're giving it like this nice little, like squeezing out a wet rag here. And tuning into your bladder, and then moving upwards and tuning into the spleen on the left side and the liver and gallbladder on the right side. Just energetically checking in, seeing if you get any little messages. And then moving up into the lungs, the right lung and the left lung, and then the heart, centered, nestled right in between the lungs. So all those organs. And then finally coming to the kidneys here, back in the body here, right here, and just tuning into your kidneys and just energetically saying, hello, kidney, hello, right kidney, hello, left kidney. How are you guys doing back there? And just seeing if you get any little messages, or I hear this like, "Ooh, I'm tired," or "Yeah, I'm feeling a little dehydrated, maybe," or I've been kind of a little bit fearful about something in my life. These are all aspects of our being that are ruled by the kidneys. And don't worry if you don't hear anything, it's all good. I think we're just acknowledging and setting up that pattern inside ourselves that our bodies really can communicate to us in a very profound way. The more, of course, we develop our practice, the more adept we become at listening to these aspects of ourselves. And if you'd like to do some variations on the spinal twist today, of course, continuing to rise through the crown of the head and tucking the chin slightly, so you're really giving that loosening to the neck. You can begin to look really behind you as you feel like the spine loosens. And you can also shift the weight from side to side. You can also even open the hips by turning the feet if that feels good to you, especially if you have any knee issues. That can just help really make sure there's no torquing in the knees. So we're just going to continue this for about another minute. So now changing the breath to in and out through the nose. I'm really beginning our practice here. We'll just do this in silence so you can really tune in and listen to your bodies. And then we're just going to slow down, continuing to breathe as we just gently come to a halt. And then when you come to a place of stillness, coming into Wuji. So we're going to begin with tapping right into that infinite primal energy, feeling the knees relaxed. And we're going to tuck the tailbone by lifting in the hip flexor. So as we lift here, it's just naturally going to drop the tailbone down, flattening the low back and rising out of the sacral area through the crown of the head, allowing the back of the neck to flatten by lifting the tips of the ears and tucking the chin. So we really want to have this very straight so the energy can really come up and down the spine. And then curving the arms forward slightly of the body. You can see my arms just have a gentle, natural curve. And then I'm activating the fingers and allowing the belly to relax, allow the chest to relax, and just allow yourself to feel like you're suspended from above. Like there's a marionette, it's just holding you, holding your shoulders and your wrists and your knees and your lower dantian, holding up the crown of the head, and you just get to relax. Really feel yourself using the very minimum of effort to hold your body upright. This allows for the chi to flow through very easily with no muscle tension. Closing the eyes now, closing the mouth, open the nose and the ears, and be breathing in through the nose and just feel yourself settle into the oneness, into the Wuji. Feel that nurturing primal energy that is everywhere. And you're opening yourself up to that and dissolving into it. Imagine yourself like a Alka-Seltzer, and you're just dissolving into the water. You're the Alka-Seltzer, and your whole thing is just dissolving until you become one. That primal energy that will flow through you. Lose all sense of identity just for a moment here. We're just going to go into silence as we connect and dissolve. Breathing here for just another few seconds. Now from this expanded, connected place, I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. Be any aspect of your health that you're working on. Could be any aspect of your life that you'd like to bring more energy into. Or if you've been feeling stuck at all in life, you could be setting your intention as connects with the energy of the kidneys to really reconnect to your free will, and then the follow through that's required to manifest your heart's desire into this lifetime. Just feeling that intention, refining it with your center of consciousness in the middle of the mind, like a short phrase or an image, even just a word, and then allowing that intention, once it feels really clear in the mind, to fall downward through the Taiji pole, the center line of the body, into the heart center. And feel that intention into the heart. And notice whether there's a resonance in the heart center. Maybe the heart has something to add to this intention. And then when it feels in alignment with your heart energy, feel it just drop like a pebble into a pool of water. And then intention now is going to ripple outwards through your being into that oneness. So you're in alignment with that energy. Now the energy is aware of your intention, your free will. And gently open the eyes. We'll seal in your intention. We're going to do 6 pulling down the heavens, inhaling up, reaching tall, and then grabbing the column of silvery light through the crown of the head, down the center line of the body, pressing through, cleansing and refreshing you all the way down to the feet. Awakening the body here. Such a great exercise to do. Anytime you feel disconnected or uninspired or alone, bring this energy that the cosmos that's running right through you. Also connecting to your ancestors, guides on the other side. They're all right here. But as we learn in our practice, it's all about the conscious connection and awareness that we bring that allows us to hear those messages from our guidance. The breath into the body. So the mind naturally clears, the heart naturally calms as we pull this energy in. And last time, beautiful. Inhaling to center, you're going to bend one knee and straighten the other knee, shifting the weight to the bent leg, and swinging the arms in front and back of the body in a plane, like a horizontal plane. Well, I guess it's vertical, but it's it's in one plane. Unlike the twisting, we're not twisting around, we're just turning the torso where the legs meet the body. So we're creating that squeeze and release in the lymph nodes, right in the groin area. So we're beginning to now pump the water energy through the body, awakening the T cells and the antibodies that are present within the lymph, flushing it through the body, giving those natural aspects of our immune system, we're giving it a boost, pumping it through. Also, as we swing the arms, we're pumping the lymph from underneath the armpits. And that's also just going to squeeze out any old stagnant energy that may have been trapped in the lymph nodes. We know that can happen. And so we're squeezing it out and flushing it with the fresh lymph through the body. So we're going to be focused a little more on the water energy today. So if you feel yourself get the message of your body that you're thirsty, stop please anytime and take some water in or tea, just sipping, hydrating your body. When it's cool out, like this time of year, it's always nice to have room temperature or warm water, not cold water. The kidneys really do not like to be cold. It makes them feel more vulnerable. So we like to keep our kidneys also warm this time of year. And we're just going to do about twice more to each side. Just getting the chi moving. And then come to center, and we're going to rise on the toes for the pounding post. This is a chi scattering set, but it also really helps to pump up the immune system. So as we're rising the toes, allowing the heels to just naturally drop, there's a ripple coming through the entire body. It's up the spine, through the whole body, through the crown of the head. And now also tap into all the muscles of the body. Just feel them like really loose, all the stagnation coming to the surface of the muscles, then rise on the toes and boom, pound it all out. See like a cloud of dust leaving all your muscles 3 times, cleansing that. And now we come down to a deeper level. So now we're coming down to all the organs of the body, seeing them all bounce up and down, all the fascia connections, all the little adhesions are being loosened. And then we come to the toes and stagnation in all directions, leaving the torso 3 times, clear that out. And then down to the Taiji pole. So that long tube that's running, we're shaking it up. Any stagnation that's in this tube, we're going to bring to the surface of the Taiji pole and then rise on the toes and a blast of light, boom, all directions. And this time, great. And then step wide and then trembling horse. This just gets off of that stuff. Just clearing all that energy out. And 3 more times. Using the sound also helps to clear. This is kind of fun. And last time. Great. And 1 pulling down the heavens. Inhale. We're going to immediately bring that silver light right in. Filling that space. You may already feel more spaciousness in your body and your energy fields from clearing that stagnation out by the chi scattering set. And now we're going to inhale and bring the backs of the hands together over the head. And then we're going to reverse the hands and pull them down the center line of the body. And we're going to roll down. The purpose of this exercise is to really create space between the vertebrae. So taking your time, especially when you notice like a flat part, like I always have a little bit of a flat part in the back behind this is the Mingmen, that's behind the lower dantian. So really work those spaces. You can even do a little breathing into those spaces all the way down. Then the knees if you like. And then grab a heavy stone. And we're going to do the same thing in reverse, rolling up. But really feeling the weight of that stone. That just helps to create more space between the vertebrae. And the more space and the more looseness we have in our spine. Obviously, the spine is comprised of many joints, which is ruled by the kidneys. And the more energy we have in the spine, the more energy that can flow through our entire body. And then just place that stone into the lower dantian. I'm going to do 2 more of these. Inhale up, back of the hands over the head, reverse. And like somebody's pulling your hands. It's almost like a isometric where you're pulling with the hands and your body's resisting it just enough so that you can really get that space opened up and breathing. And grab the heavy stone, putting the energy into the soles of the feet, being a very stable platform. You can even imagine yourself like those fronds of the fern that's uncurling, right? And just uncurling, lifting the heart, rolling open the shoulders, lifting the head, placing the stone, that grounded energy. And 1 more time. This is just a really nice way to check in with your spine. We all hold a lot of tension along the spine, and each of us have areas where we kind of tend to collect stagnation, sometimes behind the heart, sometimes in the low back, sometimes in the neck. You can really become aware of it with this exercise. And grab the heavy stone. Just settle for a moment. Adjust your posture. Feel the heart lift. Back of the neck lengthen. Take a breath. And then just shake it all out. Just let it all go. Bring that looseness and fluidity into the rest of your body. Have a sip of water. Hydrate and flow. Great. So bring the hands together. Front of the chest, we're going to clear the lungs. It's part of the immune system clear. We really want to have our lungs be nice and open and clear, bringing the energy fingers through the back of the body, pressing into the feet, lifting in the chest. Now we've got our spines all loosened so we can really ripple the spine as we open the front of the body, gently squeezing the shoulders together. And we're pulling the stagnation from the lungs directly into the palms of the hands. Imagine the palms are just like little vortices or little vacuum cleaners, sucking out everything that we're stirring up right now. The energy fingers are stirring up the stagnation. We're pumping lymph and blood through the body here, through the lungs, opening it up, and then we're going to pull out right below the collarbones, lung 1 and lung 2. Pull out that stagnation. And we'll do that again. Do a couple of these. Fingers through the back of the body. Really lifting the chest. And nice, of course, full breaths. In through the nose. You can breathe out through the mouth or out through the nose. So, of course, this is a great exercise to do any time of year, but when you've been around a lot of wood smoke from wood stoves, it's just inevitable that there's some that gets into the lungs. So we're really pulling that out, vacuuming all that out. As well, sometimes allergies, little particles can get caught in here in the springtime. And as we open and clear the lungs, also knowing we're energetically clearing off sadness and depression, the heaviness that can collect in this part of the body. All of that. We don't even know what it is. We don't need to know. We just vacuum out the heavy grossness and then pull it out of the body, remove it, give it to the earth. Earth will compost it. And I'm going to do one more clearing here. Again, really feeling that ripple. You press into the feet, and it's like the whole spine is like a little miniature version of that spine roll that we did. That really just helps to pump all the energy through, all the tiny connections that are along the spine. Really opens and clears the lungs here. And last time, we're going to vacuum out all that old heavy stuff like a dark gray cloud and pull it out of our bodies. And shake the hands, clear the hands. Then we're going to fill the lungs with a fresh white light, gathering a big armful, and then switching on the emitters, turning off the vacuum cleaner and turning on those beams of light, pouring white light out of the palms. Feel like you can close the eyes and imagine visualizing your 2 lungs getting filled with this white light. Two big balloons filled with light, glowing, healthy. filling yourself with the energy of integrity. When you feel that your lungs are really full up of light, you can just settle the light here and seeing that light going deep into the cellular tissue of the lungs. Imagine the lungs, imagine the lining of the lungs. Imagine all those cells opening up and absorbing all that white light. And as it does that, it can absorb more oxygen from the blood as it flows through. And then to every part of your body. And any light we don't need right now, we can just pull it down to the lower dantian. It's going to be stored there. And then we'll do one pulling down the heavens, kind of like the refresher through the center line of the body, down to the floor. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to do a few more exercises to prepare us to do the kidneys. So the first one I'm going to do is the old man. This just helps to clear our energy fields of anything that's extraneous and also get us into the mood to make some sounds. So we're going to inhale up and exhale out. Oh. 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 Inhale the hands to shoulders and bend at the waist. I'm going to be just scissoring back and forth vigorously, cutting ties to anything that's not serving us, whether emotional, spiritual, physical. Just clear it all out and then inhale up. Oh. Opening the mouth and throat, really letting the sound out. Oh. Feel that vibration all the way down to the perineum. Oh. Cleansing all the organs. And oh. 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 We're going to do 3 more minutes, so just enjoy the sound and the feeling of the chi moving. Oh. Oh. The head be heavy, just give that relaxation to the neck. Oh. 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 Oh.
more rounds. Oh. 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 Last round. Oh. Now staying bent forward, bend the knees so the chest and rest on the knees. And we're going on the thighs, and we're going to grasp the opposite elbow with the opposite hands. And take a breath here, let the head go. And imagine this next inhale, a light waterfall running down from the base of the spine out the crown of the head. One more breath here. And allow the hands to fall to the floor. We're going to roll up. Getting good at this rolling up stuff, right? And we're going to come right into some neck rolls. So inhaling as the head goes back, and exhale forward. Loosening up this joint. Bring all that spinal fluid to pump through this area. All that holding that we do in the neck and shoulders, we're just breathing in. Change directions when you feel ready. And bring the head right up to center. Bring the hands together, rubbing and bringing energy into the palms. We're going to bring the legs together. We're going to place the hands over the knees. And just rotating the knees gently. Since the kidneys rule the joints, and in particular the knees, we want to be bringing energy into this part of our body. It's very important to have supple knees. So feel the warmth through that chi that's flowing through your hands into the knees, refreshing the joint. Switch directions. This is good to do every day. Just even, take 30 seconds. Give your knees some love. Feel that, all that warmth energy going in, softening and loosening the joint. And then stopping the spiral and coming up. And we're just going to gently take the hands and slap the body. Just bringing a nice, refreshing chi to the surface of the skin now. And in particular, to slap any places where you felt that stagnation when you did your body sweep in the beginning, where you noticed, oh yeah, I'm definitely holding on to some stuff there. It's going to just bring circulation. It's going to bring blood flow to those areas. That blood flow is going to help to move the chi. And then just brush up anything that got brought up. We're just going to, it's just a nice thing to do. Shake out the hands. Okay. So we're going to come now and just really focusing on the kidneys. So just feel them with your hands. Just bring that warm energy right into the kidneys. Just feel how the kidneys love that. They're like, oh, they feel that healing warmth of your hands. Feel them relax
as they get relaxed and warm, they can be expanding, and they'll be really open to this chi that we're going to give them. So first I'm going to teach you the healing sound for the kidneys, which we don't usually do because the kidneys tend to be depleted, and sound, as you know from taking this class, is purgative. That means it's pushing energy out. So when we tend to be depleted, we don't want to put too much sound. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the healing sound in a very almost inaudible level. And that will be clearing out the spiritual aspect of the kidneys. So any blockages, so we're not going to be depleting them physically or even emotionally. We're just going to be working on the spiritual level. And as we do this, we're releasing any energetic blocks that is keeping us from following our true will, or what we want to be doing in life, anything that's holding us back, where we feel stuck in life, or I just feel like I don't have the follow through or the will to do what we know, once we know what we want to do, to be able to keep going. So the healing sound is Chree. It's like CHREE. So we're just going to put our hands on the kidneys like we were, and we're going to inhale, and it's just going to be like I say, not even going to be able to hear. It's going to be almost like the intention of, but you're going to breathe it out on the breath. So it'll be like this, just like a whisper. And we're just going to do that 6 times. And as you can imagine, as you're exhaling out the sound, that just anything that's in there that's holding you back from that willpower is just dissolving. So inhale and last time. And now just taking the knuckles of the hands, we're just going to very lightly just stimulate. Just again, just opening up all the portals that exist around the kidneys so that we're going to begin to fill them. Shake the hands out. So coming into your good stance, imagine you're in a pool of water. It's right about belly level, and you're going to be placing the hands over that film of the top of the water, and we're going to inhale and just sweep, inhaling that water into the kidney on one side, and exhale, just releasing any old stuff in there, and then sweep the water into the other kidney. So we're really going to focus today on filling the kidneys. So seeing with each sweep, they're getting fuller, just like you're filling 2 water balloons. And as you exhale, you can release anything that's the fatigue, the lack of willpower, dehydration. We can push that energy out, but really we want to just be super focused on regenerating. So the color of the kidneys is a dark blue. Sometimes people say black, but I think dark blue is more in alignment with nature. So that dark blue water, like a cobalt, like much darker than that. Look at that dark blue cobalt, you know the color. We're going to sweep that in. That's going to be the light that we see. So we're bringing in the energy of the water and the color of that light. And so seeing the kidneys filling with that cobalt blue light. And as you're working, just notice if the heat of your body increases. That's good. It means the chi is really moving, pulling it in. It's snowing right now. So we have frozen water coming from the sky. That's good. We're just tapping into all that water energy that's around us right now, bringing it into our bodies. Ironically, this time when we're in the cold like this, we can get even more dehydrated because we don't think to drink water in the same way that we do when we're in the heat. So really encourage you today to really drink lots of water. Like I said, not cold water, drink warm, or at least room temperature water. We're going to do this for 2 more minutes, really filling the kidneys. So the kidneys are like our battery packs. It's where we store the life force energy in our bodies. So when we deplete the kidneys by working too much, when we use more energy than we have available to us in a daily level, it's called depleting the Jing. And the Jing is the life force energy. It's Qi, but that's been compressed over time. So we're born with a certain amount of Jing, prenatal Jing it's called, when we come into our bodies, when we're first born. And then we gradually lose that Jing over our lifetimes. And we say in medical Qigong that when all the Jing is depleted, basically you're at your life's end. So it's why people can't live without kidneys. I mean, they have to be on some sort of external thing like dialysis. So, but in our practice, we can increase our Jing with our daily practice. And over time, this Qi that we're generating right now, that will compress and turn into Jing that will extend our lifespans. And this is why all my Qigong's teachers all live to be well over 100. My teacher's teacher, I saw him practice, he was 107. And, you know, he could totally kick a 16-year-old guy's butt. I saw it happen. The guy just went down. So, and the kid was a black belt. This is because he works on his Jing every day. He's passed now because that was about 10 years ago. And we can do this in our practice. Even this simple exercise, a few minutes a day, we're actually literally increasing the amount of flow in our body. And we say it takes 30 days for the Jing to really compress from just Qi that we're filling the kidneys with to be actually turned into extra hours or days or years of our life. So another motivation for having a daily practice. But even a weekly practice, it's going to make a difference. Okay, we're going to just do twice more to each side. I'm going to bring the hands around the front, and we're going to do one plank on the heavens just to really seal in that energy. We're connecting with that sun, moon, and stars, the cosmic Qi flowing through, cleansing, renewing. Great. And just walk around a little bit, shake up your feet. Drink some water. We now do the Taoist 5. Give the kidneys a double boost. So this exercise, we take one hand and we place it on the back of the opposite kidney. So the back of the hand is right over the kidney, because the channel of Qi is going to come down from this arm across the shoulders and through this arm and through the back of the hand to fill that kidney. So we take our Qigong stance, but a little bit wider than usual. And then the active hand is going to be right at the forehead. And we're going to inhale. We're going to scoop dark blue water. Yes, you guessed it. And that water is going to come down across the shoulders through the back of the hand and fill the kidney as we exhale. So we inhale, scoop. And exhale, the hand passes across. This is working on the kidneys a little bit different. It's a little more intense. All the Taoist 5 exercises are quite efficient. So also, if you find yourself in your day like, wow, I just ran out of juice, you can just give yourself a little boost here. Instead of maybe that third cup of coffee, do a little bit of Qi work on your kidneys. Okay, and now we can add to this exercise by doing the tongue position. It says you take the tip of the tongue
and curl it backwards on the roof of the mouth, reaching as far back as you can. That activates the water channel of the body. I'll do 3 more scoops on this side. And then we're going to switch arms. So putting that opposite hand in the back of the other kidney, and then we're going to scoop. Doing the tongue position if that feels good for you. And 3 more scoops on this side. And bring the hands forward to center and rub them in the heart. Just bring the energy back together and shake out the feet. Okay, we're going to do some golden balls. This is just an overall tonifier. So coming back into our Qigong stance, letting the tailbone drop. And now just tuning in just for a moment to the 3 dantians, just energetically locating them, the lower dantian here. The center of the lower dantian is right 2 fingers below the belly button. Just sense that energy, and then sense the middle dantian, it's the whole chest area, and the center is the center of the energetic heart. Just, if you can tell, notice the difference between the sizes of the dantians. Sometimes one is really expanded or contracted. Just notice if you can tell. Just again, developing awareness, and then coming to the upper dantian, which is typically somewhat smaller. It's about the size of the head, and in the very middle of the head, the pineal gland, that's the center of the upper dantian. So just bringing awareness. This is the 3 lakes of the body, and we're going to be filling these lakes. So we're going to begin by inhaling forward on the toes, rocking forward, shifting the weight, and then exhaling, rocking back on the heels. This creates a pumping action and balances the fire and water energies of the body. Forward is the heart, the fire. Backwards is the kidneys and the water energy. So we're creating that balance. So we don't burn ourselves out or we don't get too sluggish. This is a real balancing exercise. And now we're going to fill the 3 dantians, gather together a golden ball. In the lower dantian, rock back. We're going to bring that golden ball up to the middle dantian. Inhale and open, stretch wide like taffy, opening the heart and then condensing that chi back to the middle dantian and bringing it up to the upper dantian. And then we're going to bring that energy back down to the heart as we exhale backwards. Inhale forwards to the lower dantian and exhale, release. So that's just a refresher on how this is now falling into your own rhythm, following the breath. The most important part of this exercise is, of course, the breathing. And then second to the breathing is visualizing that golden ball that's actually creating more chi in these 3 lakes of the body, these 3 major energy centers. It also balances them. So if, say, too much energy in the head, it will naturally get brought down where it needs to be, into the heart or into the body, into the lower dantian. So we're going to just do this for a couple of minutes, falling into your own pathway of the chi, and also beginning to feel how your arms are almost being moved by the chi, and they're just here to shape
and direct it, just like a conductor. We're conducting the chi through our body. And then really being able to feel like it's just a moving meditation. Do 3 more rounds. Last time. And coming right into 3, pulling down the heavens just to seal in this part of our practice, inhaling up and allowing that silver light to come through, that center line mingling with all that gold earth energy. Beautiful. Now we're just going to come into sitting position. We're just going to do a couple fun little things before we go into the lying down meditation. So like I said, the kidneys rule the bone health of our bodies and also the hair, which is actually considered to be an energetic extension of the bones. So you can tell when people have weak kidney energy that their hair can be very dry, brittle, and fine. And it's you can also improve the health of your hair by improving your kidney chi. Also your bones, especially as we get older and our bones can get more brittle. Doing the kidney chi exercise strengthens the energy of the bones. So one fun way to do this is to go to the kidney 1 point. So kidney 1 is right here in the foot. You probably will be able to feel it. It's a major source of chi that comes through the body from the earth. It's called the bubbling spring. And so you can just take your thumb or your finger and just press that point and just even maybe pulse it. You can breathe in and release it and just feel that point. It's a little bit different for everybody where it is, but
you may be able to feel the energy of it, or you even maybe feel a little sore. As you're tuning into it, imagine you're opening, it's like a tiny little vortex, a tiny little portal where chi is coming in to your body. So it's flowing in. We'll do it on both sides, just giving the bubbling spring here, opening it up. Sometimes I even like to just give a little bit of a massage here. Just say hello, kidney one. And we can try it on the other foot also. It's just something you can even do, like you're sitting around at home and you just reach over and work on that kidney one point. Say hello. Hi, okay, I'm giving you some energy. I'm opening this up, allowing more flow to come through. Okay, so that's the kidney one. And the other thing we can do that feels really nice is we can give ourselves a little scalp massage. This bringing energy to the tips of our fingers and just working our scalp. This helps to loosen up. If you do say have hair that's getting brittle, which does tend to thin as we get older, and that's because we're losing kidney chi. And so just giving your scalp a nice massage just helps to relax all those hair follicles. And I just feel like it energetically, you're telling your hair, like, I really appreciate you, and I'm giving you love, and I want you to be nice and healthy and shiny and abundant and all that kind of stuff. And it just feels good, I think, for the scalp and the head in general to be getting a little bit of a massage. We do so much with our heads, and so just a nice little way to really acknowledge this aspect of ourselves. Okay, here we go. And then you have cool hair also after that. And now you can come into the lying down position. Allow your body to really relax and absorb all this beautiful chi you just manifested. Just turn off a few lights. Lying down, and feel all that chi swirling through your body, swirling through your system. Just taking a moment to really thank yourself for doing your practice today. Okay, so as maybe your arms are out to the side with the palms up, receiving energy, or if you're feeling depleted, place one hand over the other over the belly. Really hold that chi into the lower dantian. But whatever position you have, the hands and the arms, allow your legs to be slightly apart, the feet naturally fall open. Allow the back of the neck to lengthen on the floor, the bed. Just feel your jaw relax. And feel yourself being held and supported by the earth energy. All right, so visualizing yourself, and you're walking on the shore of an amazingly beautiful lake. Be an alpine lake or Sierra Nevada lake or a big Midwestern lake, whatever lake you like to see before you. But it's very calm and deep. And you're just walking along the edge, and there may be trees or big boulders around it. The sun is shining, and you're feeling this very deep inner sense of calm. You start to feel your body beginning to be quite warm. The sun is really coming down, and that water is looking so refreshing and blue. You decided to disrobe. When you look out into the water, you see there's a little island out there, and you decide to swim to that island. And you dive into that refreshing water, which is warm, supportive. And it's not very far. You're just going to easily swim out through the water, feeling that water holding you and refreshing you all the way out to the island. And you come out, and there's a nice, big, wide, flat rock in the sunshine. You come out to that rock and you sit on it, feeling your whole self warmed by the sun. Now you're allowing yourself to fall into a meditation as you sit on this rock. You can still sense the energy of the water all around you. And feel how the energy of the water in your body, which is something like 80% of you, is made of water. And you're feeling your body supported by the energy of the water. You feel the water in your body calling to the energy of the water around you. And just the way when we went in to dropping into the primordial chi, the Wu Ji of our first pose of class today, so you're dropping into that primordial water energy all around you. And you feel as though the lakes inside of you, those 3 dantians, also becoming calm and filled with chi, relaxed. Now allowing your awareness to drop down to the middle dantian, the middle lake, the heart center. So as you switch on the awareness in the very middle of your head, that Ba Wei point, that intersection of consciousness point in the middle of the head, feel that point like a light. And that light is looking down into the heart chamber. You feel the heart chamber open and expand as it's being acknowledged. And you see your inner empress sitting inside your heart chamber in her beautiful, magical throne room. And you merge with your inner heart energy, your inner empress. Your consciousness is now inside of her. And just you're sitting in your throne room, you're able to easily access that energy of the heart and the desires of the heart. So as you tune into your heart today, ask yourself, what is the most important and truest aspect of your heart's desire? What does your heart most long for to create in this part of your life? Your heart always knows this answer and can immediately express it. And it's more a matter of just being able to really hear it. So by tuning into your inner empress, she's already sitting in the heart. She's the ruler of your being. She can hear your heart speaking, and allow your heart to speak to you. And what is your heart saying that it is longing for? And visualizing now, what are you? Who are you? What are you doing with that longing? If your longing is fulfilled, what does your life look like? It can be starting with just a small detail of life. If I'm pursuing this aspect of my heart's desire, I am doing this. And you'll know if you're on the right track because your heart is literally going to relax and expand inside your chest. You will physically feel it. Your heart says, yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for, what I'm feeling, what I'm desiring. It may even be a small thing, but it's important to you. And you're the only person who can know what this is. It may be some major aspect of your life, some major longing that you've, for some reason, told yourself that you can't do it or have it. And if that's the case, if you feel that longing and you immediately hear that voice in your head saying, you can't possibly have that or do that, I invite you to look at that voice and who is speaking? It'd be somebody from your childhood or family member that sometime in your life told you that you couldn't do or have this. If you can identify the speaker as being somebody, say a family member or a friend or an enemy, somebody that you can see that person's face, allow yourself to just tell that person, you have no sovereignty over my heart. My heart and my life are mine. I am claiming it now. And watch that person they're just going to dissolve or explode. Just no longer has any power in there. Thank you for that. But now, from where I am in this point in my life, I'm claiming this. This is my experience of life. This is my creation. I came here. I have a mission. I am following my heart's desire. And tuning back into that heart's desire, and ask the energy of your kidneys. What is it that I can do with my free will? This is my power granted to me by the universe, my free will, to take a step in this road of my heart's desire. It might be the smallest thing, but it's setting you on that path. Maybe it's making a phone call or talking to someone or signing up for something, ordering something, going somewhere. And when you identify that small one step, notice how it feels in your heart. If it feels that expansion, like, yes, you know you're on the right path. This is how you know you're not in the mind, but you're in the heart, because the heart immediately tells you. You can feel it. Now, knowing that you've now connecting energetically the heart's desire, the rule of your being, the Empress, and the Zhi, that's the free will. It's the Chinese word for the kidney energy, the Zhi, the life force energy, which is intertwined with your free will. Knowing you can tap back into this anytime you like. If you feel like you're faltering or you don't know the next step, come back to this place. Ask yourself, what's the next step? And the next step, and so on. And this is the follow through. This is where your kidney chi can really help you. And now imagine yourself sometime in the future having already accomplished this goal or this desire or being inside of it and living it. See yourself living that dream. How does it feel in your body? What's different in your life? How do you live your day? Coming back into the heart center once more, into your inner empress. Giving yourself the strongest message possible. I love you. Tell yourself how much you love and appreciate this aspect of your being, your heart. And imagine your little girl there too now, sitting on the lap of your inner empress, and you're just holding her and loving her so much, unconditionally loving her, everything about her. Just feeling that overwhelming sense of love for your inner little girl and how that radiates out to who you are now. And how it helps you to feel so empowered because you're coming from love. Feel that love rippling out from your heart center into your whole being, like waves of warm water flowing through the heart, flowing to the kidneys, bathing you entirely in a bath of warm love. And coming back into that rock, looking out at the lake. Feel as though your whole self is just integrated in a whole new way. You feel strong, inspired, self-loving, and motivated to move forth on the path of your life. With that, all those energies, you dive off the rock back into the lake. Feel how strong you are moving through the water, heading towards the shore. And coming out onto the shore, you see your clothing is transformed into new clothing. Beautiful goddess-like clothing, or maybe it's clothing uniquely suited to this path you're on. And put on this new clothing. Feel that empowerment of that new, revived self-identity. And then walk back down the path along the lake, back into your body here in the room. Breathe the spirit back in, feeling a deep inhale. And wiggling your fingers and toes. Now you're welcome to stay here in meditation or rest. Or you can join with me in the closing if you'd like to, gradually and easily. First coming till you're turning to your side, bringing your knees to your chest. Holding on to yourself for a moment, thanking yourself, acknowledging yourself and your practice, and gradually coming, if you like, to seated position. Raising the hands up overhead, joining the palms together over the crown of the head and drawing down the center line of the body to the heart, bowing the head to the heart. If you'd like to share some healing energy with someone today, picture the person sitting in front of you. You're going to breathe deeply, white light into your hands. And as you exhale, you're going to flow that white light, extending your hands forward, light up their energy body. The beautiful healing white light. Feel them absorb that light and love from you and feel it come back to you like a wave, back into your own heart. Give thanks for this ancient knowledge and wisdom. feeling ourselves empowered, self-loving, to allow this healing energy to ripple through us out into the world for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. Hope you'll have a magical day. And I will see you all soon. Sending you my love.